Okay, morning of, I think it's day 65. It's 5 o'clock and we're getting ready to leave at 5:30. I got up about 20 after 4 inside my tent vestibule. It was like 28 degrees. So it's colder than that outside. Everything's covered in frost. It is just freezing up here. First time I had to put on my puffy inside my sleeping bag. I only got a 30-degree sleeping bag, and it was woke up about 1:30 and it was chilly. Wearing the puffy, then I went right back to sleep, and it was nice and cozy. So that worked, but not looking forward to packing everything up. I'm halfway packed now, but I gotta get out of the tent and pack that up, and then get ready to head out. And as you probably saw last night, we're gonna be on snow immediately. Because we're just surrounded by it. We got 2 miles up, all snow, and then probably 3 miles down in snow. So the first five miles today is going to be in snow. Shoes are still a little chilly. I did put on some dry socks. We'll see how long those last. But it's going to be a cold morning. We'll get up and down Muir Pass with the snow still hard and consolidate before it turns all slushy. Then we'll see how far we can go today. All right, see you down the trail. It's 25 degrees out, and Dr. Tom is still rocking the shorts. Now that's a die-hard thru hiker if I ever saw one. Refuses to wear pants no matter the temperature. Right on, Dr. Tom.
I don't know if it's right or not. It's probably stupid.
Okay, so on the way up, we just ran into Steady and 3 of his hiking companions, so the 8 of us are gonna make our way up somewhere up there. So much easier with consolidated snow, but it's still uphill, it's still route finding. We'll get there. One big train going down the ice field. So we gotta head up there. Made it to the top of Muir Pass in an hour and a half. On our way up, Steady passed us with 3 others from Austria and Germany. They're just motoring. They're very proficient in snow and route finding. They were just cruising on up, and we're just trying to keep up with them. They just navigate the route perfectly, and it's gorgeous up here. The hut's full of people sleeping. Someone pitched a tent. There's a few cowboy camping on the doorstep. So it's just a bunch of people staying up here. It's probably a good thing we didn't try and get up here, because we'd be squeezed in cowboy camping. But it is a beautiful sight up here. I think we got about 3 miles of snow down. Okay, picture inside the hut. It's beautiful stonework.
Yeah. When I woke up this morning, I was laying right here, and I looked up at it, and I just took a picture straight up.
Yeah, it's gorgeous stonework. Looks like a fireplace, but they stoned it all up. There's no wood up here.
To carry wood up here. I figured it'd be a little warmer without a hole in the building.
That's a nice shelter. Man.
Yeah, it was a nice little surprise. I didn't expect it.
What's up?
Got a little window. Okay, so you can see the snow. These are called sun cups, and as the snow repeatedly thaws and refreezes, it just gets covered with sun cups. So it makes it a little difficult in the morning when all the snow is frozen and compacted. But in the afternoon, these things are just impossible, because you're just slipping and sliding, and if you don't find good boot tracks, it's really hard to move across all these sun cups. So most of the snow fields are covered in sun cups. And that's why if you got a long distance, you want to do it early in the morning. So we're making pretty good time, but just can't keep up with those Austrians and Germans. They're motoring. They're so comfortable on snow, and they just fly. They're young and fast. But we're doing pretty good for a bunch of old guys. So we're about 3 miles down on the downside of Muir Pass, which means we did 5.1 miles total in continuous snow. So that took a lot out of us, at least out of me. We're hitting mostly dirt now. We just took off the spikes. Hopefully I don't have to put them back on. But we're headed down. I think there's a big downhill coming up. So we got probably another 9 miles of downhill before we hit the bypass, or the alternate route for the San Joaquin bridge that's out. That's a 3-mile overland route where we gotta go up rock scramble about 850 feet up, and then hug a ridge line and then scramble down back to the trail. So not sure if we're gonna do that today or first thing tomorrow, but we got another 9 miles of downhill first. And I'm already worn out just from all the snow. So we'll see how the day goes. See you on down the trail. So it's 9 a.m. We've been on the trail for 4 hours to do that 5 miles in the snow up and over Muir Pass. But we did it, so we'll see how the rest. The trail right now is just really wet. I mean, it's like a river flowing down the trail. So you're always just in mud and water. The footing's not that great. So it's going to be slow going down the rest of the way. We got about 9 miles to that alternate route. And then we'll figure out if we want to hold up for the day, 14-mile day, or push forward and do it for 17. But the last 5 miles took a lot of energy out of me. So we'll see. Alright, so here's my collection of tent stakes. A tent takes 8 stakes. I started the trail with 4 of these titanium shepherd hook stakes that I like. Those are from our old tarp tent. And then 4 of these Gossamer gear stakes that came with the tent, which I don't like. So I busted 2 of these already. Still got 2 left. Dr. Tom gave me 2 of these MSR mini groundhog stakes, which these are good stakes. I like these, but I did manage to bust one. You can see here, driving into a tree root. And then I think Dr. Tom gave me this one also, and I found this one in a site. So I got quite the assortment of tent stakes. So I got a couple extra. I probably pitched this one in Mammoth, and maybe I'll pick up a few more of these. I can use this one in emergency if I lose one or something, but I'm kind of using these guys and these guys right now. So I got one extra, and I'll have to pick up some more mini groundhogs. But that's kind of the tent stake story, ever-changing tent stake story. Okay, so we're at a campsite just before that alternate route to get past that bridge outage. We got here about 3 o'clock, maybe 10 after 3. Had a discussion. We came very close to pushing ahead and doing the alternate route, the up and over route this afternoon. But I guess better heads prevailed, and we decided to wait till morning. It's just not worth it. You know, we did 14 miles today, and so we're a little bit tired. And this over the top route is another 3 miles of just off trail rock scrambling up about 700 feet. Then you cross a ridge line or follow a ridgeline around, and then you come down 700 feet. So we talked to several people. We talked to a ranger who did it twice today. Talked to 2 people that were just out for a couple days with their dog. They took 5 hours to do this. Seems like most PCT hikers are doing it around 3 hours. So we figured it just wasn't worth it to push it and possibly injure ourselves. So we'll camp up short, do it tomorrow with fresh legs, and then see how far up we can get on Selden Pass. Maybe get over the top. We'll see how we feel tomorrow. You know, doing all the snow and getting up early took a lot out of us. So I think this is the best decision. Hey, good morning. Day 66 kickoff here, and you can see we just have a great spot right by the river, providing great white noise, and just, you know, we just had these great camp spots just about every day. It's about 5:45, about 15 minutes away from leaving, so I'm just about packed up, just waiting for everyone else to get to about the same spot before I take off my puffy and get moving. Another chilly morning. Not as bad as yesterday, but it was 35 when we woke up. So still on the chilly side, but once you get moving, it's all right. So today's big objective, we're going to head off first thing in the morning, and that's to do this alternate route up and over the top, they call it. Last year, a significant bridge over the San Joaquin River got washed out, so there's really no way to cross it. So the PCTA recommended alternative is kind of messy, and you got to go out Bishop Pass and down to Bishop, and then back up North Lake or South Lake to High Ute Pass, and it's like a 30-mile detour, including this long road walk, and you miss like 30 miles of the trail, so no one really likes that. This is an overland route. There's really no trail, but you go, it's about a 3-mile cross-country route, going up about 800 feet, crossing, we're following a ridgeline over and then dropping down 800 feet back to the trail near where the bridge got washed out. So that's what we're going to do today. We got the GPS coordinates. Quite a few people have been doing it. It takes anywhere from 2 to 5.5 hours. Most people do it in about 3. So we'll see how today goes, and we'll keep you posted. We took a slightly different pass on our way up. Now we're all going to join up here. Yeah, once you got past that first rock, it was actually real easy to get up here. Okay, so we're at 9850. Started down there by the river. Climbed about 700 feet-ish. I think kind of stay between here and 10,000. Kind of go up that way somewhere. Pick our way across. Just looking back, it's a valley we hiked down yesterday from Muir Pass. Made it to the top. And so taking 5-minute rest. And then we'll head over there for about 300 meters. And then gotta go back down 700 or 800 feet and meet up the trail. Okay, heading across. I think it's more like 3 kilometers, not 300 meters. You can see the river way down there in the valley. You gotta go across maybe another kilometer or 2 and then start heading down. Okay, on the way down, got past the steep stuff. Now you got a nice little stroll through a fern forest. Much more enjoyable. The last part was stressful. A lot of sliding rock down by a waterfall. Most of the trail was dry, but a little bit of it was slick. This is nice here. Okay, finally made it back down the trail. Slipped a few times on the way down. It was steep. A lot of loose rock and shale. It took us almost 4 hours, so we're not the fastest. A couple young girls took a shorter route and passed us on the way down, but that's okay. We all made it down safely. So we're back on the trail. Now we gotta go down a little bit and then we'll start heading up towards Sheldon Pass and probably take the last campsite there. We'll see you on down the trail. San Joaquin River, this bridge was out. So we did see a couple guys come down and they forded it upstream. They're kind of tall guys and it got up to their waist. So it's pretty powerful, but they did it. I think the up and over is a safer route. Okay, so I think we're at the bottom. And got a nice bridge intact for the San Joaquin River. So I'll have lunch up here in a little bit. And then start heading up as far as we can. Stopped and had lunch at this nice little spot here. This is the trail junction that goes to Muir Trail Ranch, which I think just opened about a week ago. It's Muir Trail Ranch is kind of a, I've never been there, but you might have read. It's you got a couple cabins there. You can only hike in or get there by horse or mule, but a lot of, like PCT hikers do a resupply there. Even though it's a little pricey, it's like $75 from just to receive the package, and that's on top of the postage. So some PCT hikers swing by there and just raid the hiker boxes after the PCT hikers leave all their extra food there. But I think most PCT hikers go up about another day and a half and hit Vermilion Valley Resort, which is kind of similar, but I think you can drive there because it's on a lake and there's fishing there, so they cater to hikers and fishermen. We did that. We stayed there when we did the John Muir Trail 15 years ago and sent a resupply package there. But they also have a kitchen and food and a free campground. You can also do showers and laundry there, where I don't think you can do that in Muir Trail Ranch. Anyway, that's where we had lunch. Muir Trail Ranch is like 1.5 miles down this trail, which we're not going to do. We're going to head up, and I think we got about 6 miles up. We're going to camp nearest the pass as we can. That'll leave us about 2 miles left tomorrow to get over the pass and down, because there's a few miles of snow left, supposedly. So we'll do 6 miles up and call it a day. We'll see you on down the trail. Okay, close out for day 66. Today turned out to be a real good day. We got up. We had to do that overland route for the bridge outage. That worked out real well. Used the Circa GPS route. Had no problem whatsoever doing route finding. Every once in a while on the way up, you'd find a little, footsteps or a little footpath, and then a good portion on the way down. But it was about 3 miles total. It took us, I don't know, almost 4 hours. We were a little bit slower than most, but it worked out real well. So no complaints. Then the rest of the day, we went down, crossed one of the rivers on the bridge, and then just worked our way up. So we're about a mile, I think 1.8 or 2.1, something like that, short of Sheldon Pass, We got a campsite here, last campsite up, and we just holed up here. So we did 13.5 miles today. If we were to push over, go over the pass and then get past the snow and pick up a campsite, that'd be like another 5 miles total. And we just, at least most of us can't do 18-mile days up here. So we've resigned ourselves to doing, 13 to maybe 16 miles a day. We're gonna pull into Mammoth on Saturday instead of Friday. Luckily, we all have enough food to get us there. I think we'll do it probably Saturday by around lunchtime, something like that. Saturday should be like a 10-mile day. So that's just so much more enjoyable than just trying to kill yourself. And I mean, this is some of the most beautiful scenery you can see on the PCT. So you don't want to rush yourself and just make it a drag getting through here. You want to walk through it and enjoy it, soak it in. We got, I think, 2.5 more days till Mammoth, and we're just enjoying it. Just mentally, this is so much better because I had a couple bad days there. I was just really pushing myself, and thoughts of just quitting and getting off the trail were creeping, going through your mind when you're just huffing and puffing and trying to get up the hill. So the last couple of days were much more enjoyable. So here's my campsite next to a gorgeous lake, and this we have this area all to ourselves. I think everyone else on the trail, well, there were maybe 3 or 4 people behind us, maybe 5 or 6, but they're all going over the pass. We stopped probably about 4 o'clock. We could have made it, but it just we've kind of resigned ourselves, limit our miles and enjoy it rather than really push ourselves. And we're in no hurry. We're not in competition with the 30-year-olds anymore. So we've got this whole area to ourselves, but this is the first time that they're really spread out. So here's my campsite, kind of overlooking the lake. You can see over here is Dr. Tom, and then he's my closest neighbor. Gandalf is, way past this rock and down. He's probably down like 40 feet below that rock. And then Blackout is down, way past Dr. Tom. So we're all spread out. I'm going to definitely have to set my alarm because I'm not going to hear anyone else rustling. We're just going to all meet up here at 6. But just gorgeous area. We've seen just a few patches of snow, not too much. We're at 10,200 feet right now. Have a beautiful lake view. We'll head up to the pass tomorrow morning.